All right, everybody. Welcome to the Central Roundtable. That is the middle finger coin and Mr. Bill Erickson.
And a point for Aaron.
Aaron is smiling right now.
Yes.
4-1 for Aaron.
Yes.
Nice.
So joining us on the roundtable, that was Mr. Bill Erickson out in Montana. That's Melissa Longo, Cirroc Lofton, superstar writer and a cool shirt wearer. Dr. Marie Segal, Scott Jensen, Dr. Muhammad Noor, TJ Jackson-Bey out in Missouri, Eve England out in Wales. Let's talk shirts super quick. Eve and Anne-Marie are twinsies today. Ta-da.
Oh, yeah.
If you want your Ferengi Eyes shirt, get it at teespring.com/the7th-rule. You can get it in the description box below. Just click on the link, teespring.com/the7th-rule. And if you are a patron of the 7th Rule, you can get a discount on these shirts and socks and all the cool stuff we have. That's patreon.com/the7th-rule. Anne-Marie, you look like you really want to say something.
No CODs.
Okay.
Also,
all right.
Walking Art Made by Melissa.com. That is in the description box below. We've got 3 people wearing these shirts. Melissa is, hang on, I'm going to spotlight you guys. Melissa is, and
love it.
Muhammad is.
Love it.
And Mr. Bill Erickson is ready as well. Ta-da!
Too sexy for his shirt.
That's it.
And my bracelet.
Oh wait, hang
your
on.
bracelet.
It says Deep Space Nine in binary.
So cool.
Got to wear mine today.
Oh, and lastly, Mr. Cirroc Lofton wearing his shirt that his sister makes at Abyssinian Kiosk.
Bing, bing.
Love it.
So cool.
And my hoodie.
I don't know if you caught it, but Bill.
Oh yeah, Bill's in the hood
is
too.
also an Abyssinian kiosk.
Oh, nice.
That's
I'm pinning it. Nice.
Sweatshirt. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Bill's
Gorgeous.
in the hoodie.
That is so nice. I
Nice.
love the
All right.
colors.
All right. Now that that's out of the way, guys, that's some really good stuff.
I love our Joan Rivers section.
All that's
What
in
are
the
you
description
wearing?
box below, everybody. Check it out. Click on the links and buy some cool stuff. Here's the big question of the day. I was up all night thinking of this. It was a little something like this. What is your very first, wait, let's pick who answers this question first before we ask it. Let's go with
Anne-Marie.
Okay, Anne-Marie, here we go.
Yeah.
What is your very first Star Trek related memory? It could be a convention, a shirt,
It's
it could be
very
an
easy.
episode. The very first thing you remember that's Star Trek related in your
Very
life.
easy. My dad used to watch like TV on Saturday afternoons when he got home from work when I was like, must have been 3, probably 3 or 4. And I just remember like the televisions, like Saturday afternoons were like Westerns and TOS on TV because we didn't have cable yet. And I just remember like the televisions had throbbing and also like Vina becoming old. And mangled from her accident. It was so scary. I was like, what the hell is this? So that just like, for some reason, like standing there like a really little person seeing that on screen is my earliest memory.
Did it traumatize you or did you get like excited about it?
It's pretty scary looking. But
So how
also
were you able
enthralling.
how are you able to overcome that fear and then end up liking it? Did you just kind of
Because
grow
Data
into it or
was
did you try it
so
again?
Funny because Data was so funny when TNG came out. And at that point it was on at like Fox 39 or Fox 47, depending on like which night it was, on the border between Wisconsin and Illinois. Once like Next Generation came out, like within that year, Data was so funny, he won me back over. Plus I loved Deanna and Loxana.
Interesting.
TNG didn't have that creep factor. Plus, it was like on a black and white screen, whereas I had seen the televisions on a color TV. That was very scary.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anne Marie is afraid of colors.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
I'm
weird
not touching that
to
one.
this day to watch TNG in color. Super scary and unnerving still.
Well, Eve England, what about you? Do you remember your very first Star Trek memory, or an experience or an episode, or someone wearing it on a shirt or transporting somewhere?
I've got an absolutely terrible memory, and I have to sort of take photos and make scrapbooks, otherwise I forget everything. But so I just remember that it was always sort of at 6 o'clock on BBC Two, there'd be sort of a Star Trek one. I think it was like a Tuesday. That's not very interesting. But then I remember when I was a bit older, that me and my friend used to have a bit of a crush on Dr. Bashir, and I just remember when you'd go through the TV guides and you used to cut out all the pictures and make little posters to stick on your wall. And I vividly remember having one of those of Dr. Bashir, but it was like a tiny little picture that I cut out TV guide.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Dude, I wish I had friends that cool.
I don't know, I think it makes a bit
That's
sad.
amazing.
Wow, nice. Scott Jensen,
Sure.
what was your very first memory? Was it watching Spock go like this? Was it being traumatized like Anne Marie?
It did traumatize me a little bit, but it wasn't Spock. It was from Let This Be Your Last Battlefield from TOS. The episode with the people with the different side faces. I obviously didn't catch it back. I don't understand it back then. I was probably about 5 years old or so, but yeah, that was always the thing my dad and I did when we got home from work. We'd sit down and we'd watch an episode of the original series until TNG came on and stuff like that. And we watched them all the way through. I still sent him down for Discovery. He doesn't like it as much, but all these years later. But yeah, let me. And then coming back as an adult and being able to understand what that episode was all about too. I was really happy that was instilled in me, even if I didn't get it as a kid. So yeah, it was a good start. It was a little scary too, complete genocide and annihilation of an entire race in one episode. So it's a little real.
That's like the special part about Star Trek, that it's across generations and it's such a good like family show. It brings families together. Like I was hanging out with my great aunt a few years ago who's now 101, and she was like, of course I watch Star Trek. Everybody in the whole family watches Star Trek. It's just like really, it's so fun how like I can't even think of another franchise that brings generations together like that. Super special.
All right, this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Malissa Longo, what's your first Star Trek memory?
So it's probably one of two, and I can't remember which one came first, but it was the humpback whales in the movie. Yeah, or the little worms in the ears.
The earworms, yeah.
And I can't remember which one I saw first because I didn't see either of them in the theater. But I do remember after watching the one with the worms, I put toilet paper in my ears before going.
That'll keep them out.
That's not happening to me.
They could have been
Hit me.
Dude.
I was a little one, so.
Oh my gosh.
See if I can take my watch out off.
Feeding Khan was just toilet paper.
That's all it took. That's all it took. We didn't.
That's all you needed.
Yeah, you're gonna need more than your wrath.
Bet you wish you wear your earplugs that day.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it was.
Or Captain
Great
Terrell.
answer.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
I remember Spock's headband.
Oh yeah,
Coming up
from Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
God, so good. Love those movies.
Remember the cultural metaphors?
Dr. Mohammed Noor, what about you? Do you remember your first? I mean, it's maybe not your first Star Trek experience, but the one that you remember the furthest back.
Yeah, no, I remember it was probably my first one. I'll give two answers anyway. But one of them, the furthest back, this was probably like, I think I was like 7 or 8, so it would have been like 1978 ish. but I remember going to somebody's house and they were playing TOS. This was obviously in repeat because that's long after it aired. And I remember the episode that was on was "For the World Is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky." It's this. And I remember they kept on talking about the oracle. And I remember thinking, like, what on earth is an oracle? Think about people like, even later in biology, when they talked about the parts of the heart, I was like, is that the oracle? I was like, no.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
But I thought that was a fun episode. It was just interesting and stuff. And that actually got me to start watching it when I went back home. But then my funnest one was in college. That, so Next Generation was in regular airing, but it was also in repeats like at 6 p.m. in the evening. And everybody in this house that we'd hang out in, we'd all get together every night with dinner and just plop down at 6 o'clock and like eat our dinner and watch an episode of Next Generation. There's lots of happy memories of that.
That is the good life. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That must have been cool. Okay. Bill Erickson out in Montana with a cool hoodie, a cool shirt, and also a cool shirt.
And also a third cool shirt.
Yeah, no, he's got the one.
Yeah, and a cool coins.
That's right. Cool goatee.
He's just a cool dude, man.
Oh, wow. So we live in a little wheat town in southeast Montana, Washington, called Malden. And we had a little black and white TV. And me and my little brothers would sneak out after we got sent to bed at 6 or 7 or whatever it was, 8 o'clock, because we were little. I mean, I was 5 and 6 when TOS first aired. And we would hear that music and we would sneak out and peek around the corner and watch the show. And honestly, I can't remember any of those shows other than, from watching them behind the counter, other than behind the couch, other than the one with the two dudes, the one Scott talked about. Shoot, I can't remember the name of it now.
Right. Battlefield.
But it had Frank Gorshin and the other guy, whoever the other guy was, I can't remember who he was, but it was like the two of them were matched, right? And that made quite the impression on me as a youngin'. I tell you what, quite the impression. But the only difference was which side the color was on, and did the color really matter?
Yep.
And I mean, you're talking a little white kid from an all-white town and an all-white part of the state. That's what it was like. And then I grew up in the '60s, and there was a lot of folks of different colors in Eastern Washington, in the big city. So grew up with lots of different folks after that, but that always made an impression on me as to how I should approach my life. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, that complete genocide, they completely destroyed themselves
all the way down. Yep.
Like that made no sense. And they were electric eels on top of that, so that was really cool to me and my brothers.
Levity in there, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a good one. That's one of the most memorable original series episodes, it seems. Even I remember that episode, and I don't think I've seen it. So I don't know how that works, but I must have seen it, but I don't remember.
Somebody effect, where you start remembering things that
everybody else talks about it so much that you take. Yeah.
So Mr. TJ Jackson-Bey out in Missouri, what's the earliest memory you have of something Star Trek related?
Okay, I got two rather young ones. The first one is, I think my mom would watch me. I was probably 4 or 5 years old. Would have TOS on, and I remember I didn't like it because it wasn't cartoons, until one night. This is weird. This is gonna shoot my weird factor way up there. So brace for it.
Be ready. Brace yourself, everybody.
Yeah. One night I had a dream, and in the dream, we are standing outside on the Enterprise's hull, the original ship, and Captain Kirk and some other folks are out there as well. And Captain Kirk is out there because he's walking his dog, and I thought that was pretty cool. And after that, I liked the show.
Legit.
I've never stopped.
That's nice, man. That's
Muhammad's
DJ's making that original
I love
fanfic
that.
up here, man. That's it. Original fanfic.
Yeah, that was it. It was like somebody flipped a switch, and after that, I love Star Trek ever since.
Kirk's the dog guy.
And the second one is a little bit later. There was only one TV in the house, so I didn't get to pick anyway. But fast forward a little bit after that, where I did have my own TV in my room, a little, 13-inch deal from back in the day with the knobs that you had to turn and all that, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it came on Friday nights as a rerun every now and then. And I watched The Doomsday Machine one night, and it came on at like 11 o'clock at night on a Friday night. So it was the only time I could actually stay up and watch. So I watched that and I went to sleep, and it scared me. I thought the planet killer was outside my window coming to get me. I was like, how can I run? I don't have a spaceship.
I love the music in that episode as it's going dun 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 dun. It's like very dramatic music the whole
To
time.
my day.
Yep.
To this day, that is one of my favorite episodes of all time.
Absolutely. It's so good.
Giant
Wait,
periwinkle of
in your
space.
dream, were you wearing one of the TOS spacesuits?
Oh, what that means.
I did not have a spacesuit.
TJ Powers, man.
Ballsy.
You can breathe in space.
That's amazing.
All right. Now
No,
here's,
we were just outside like we were out on the patio.
Just walking around.
that is a little weird.
I mean,
I love it. No, they were at a space
4 years
dock. There
old.
was,
I don't know
artificial
about
oxygen.
vacuum
the
and out of
shields were
base.
up. Vent a little oxygen out. Shields were up.
Utopia
I'm
I'm
Felicia
4 years
in the
old. I
cover.
don't know about oxygen and
Pretty cool. Very cool.
4-year-old brain, yeah.
That's adorable.
All right, Cirroc. You must have some kind of Star Trek related memory before you auditioned for this role. Do you remember it?
Yeah. My earliest Star Trek memory is I used to stay up late and watch TV during summertime when I was a kid. You know, my mom let me stay up and watch late night television till midnight or whenever time it was. And I would see shows on TV like Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Tales from the Dark Side,
Twilight Zone? Yeah.
Twilight Zone,
Yep.
and the original Star Trek. And these were the shows that would play late night. And also Elvira.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Mistress of the Dark, baby. Oh
Yeah. There was also Tales from the Crypt, which was a different than Tales from the Dark Side.
The Outer Limits.
The Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, and so I would watch
so
those, like those kinds of shows were in a category of, to me as a kid, and this is my earliest memory of scary music TV shows. Like,
Wow,
so-
that sounds great at that. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
almost like the music is what I remember the most, just the opening credit music of these shows, because it would like let me know, okay, it's time to brace yourself for scary time, you know, like be ready, because this music is already letting me know something eerie is going to be in front of you, or something scary, or aliens, or some kind of topic that's going to scare me as a young kid. So most of the time, mostly is that music, the opening theme to Star Trek, the soundtrack music is what sticks out to me as the earliest memory. So I have to go agree with Bill Erickson on that. I don't remember any specific episodes. I don't remember any of the imagery, but I do remember that music because it was just like, it's a classic soundtrack. I think it says song by Alexander Courage, the person who did the original theme song. I'm not sure if
That's right.
Yeah, but I mean, and then you look at the Dennis McCarthy's of the world that have continued that legacy of making very interesting and good opening credit music that has that mystique to it and that has that future sound to it, and also the preparation for an adventure. So the music to me is what really sets the tone before you even watch one frame of any of the filming.
It also gives you a cue for when something's going to be like a jump scare, right? Like if you're watching a thriller or a scary movie and that music's coming, it's like, okay, something's about, all right, what's going to happen?
Yeah, we're in for it.
Yeah.
I just saw that new Saw movie. What is it? Spiral. Shout out to our good friend Andre Kottman, who had a birthday. Actually, Cirroc, we've seen, and Melissa, we've seen some Discovery episodes over at his place in Glendale. So happy birthday to him! And for his birthday, he rented out a theater in at Universal Studios City Walk, and that was the movie. So it was pretty fun. It was definitely a good time. But there wasn't those musical cues. Like the music was very experimental, I guess I would call it. It was interesting, but it wasn't like the kind that you're used to, where it's just like this looming presence that lets you know something crazy is going to happen or something eerie. It was more like, what do they call it? Torture porn. The music definitely reflected that. It was torture porn or gore porn. Anyway, sorry to say,
I don't know what you're talking. I'll be the first one to say that.
Watch it. Have you guys haven't seen those Saw movies?
I haven't seen the new one, but I've seen all the other ones. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I haven't seen one since 2.
What would you?
I didn't even know they were continued.
I saw the first.
I don't listen to any music in the porn.
Yeah.
No. I'm not hearing the music in the porns. I'm just not listening. I don't know.
A lot of bass. A lot of bass.
Okay.
No trouble.
Trouble.
Oh, God.
It's all about that bass.
Trouble.
I think you broke Anne Marie.
What's your earliest memory, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, what do you got?
Will you say it's when your mom sewed the badge on your shirt when you were
I do have
your school picture?
I do have a picture of myself.
Wow.
With this thing on, with like the like they would sew the patch on or iron the patch on, and I was like 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that. I think I vaguely remember that, because when you're a kid, it's easy to like play something like, your mom goes, okay, I'm ironing this patch on, and you can play Star Trek all day. Yeah, I'm running around killing zombies. Who knows? You don't even know what's going on. You're 5, but you got this thing. So I don't know if that's my first memory, or if maybe it was the ear guys in the Wrath of Khan.
Oh man.
I do feel like that may be one of the first memories. And I remember Spock. I think those were my first memories. I wasn't like a huge, the SETI eels. Thanks,
but
Muhammad.
You can buy earrings up on Etsy.
Right?
Oh God, no. Every time somebody uses the term earworm, that's all I think of.
You too.
Every time somebody uses it, poor Chekhov.
I've never heard anybody use that term.
The song's a real earworm.
I heard you use it like last week.
Yeah, like All Star from Smash Mouth, stuff like that.
You for sure said earworm like the other.
Oh, he just playing dumb now.
It's a joke.
I don't even know how to play dumb.
Joke.
I just either am.
Oh my God! Thank you.
No, I've never said earworm. I don't even know what earworm means.
You for sure have.
You have too. I've heard it myself. I've heard you say it too.
Eve, help me out
Recording
here.
that clip off of YouTube tonight.
I've never said it, right?
Yeah.
Post
Thank you,
it on
Bill.
Facebook.
Eve
was
knows.
You're on your own, buddy.
Okay. I've never said it. So
You for sure said it.
Yeah, clip
Okay.
this
Because I
incoming.
thought I haven't heard this word in a while. So I specifically thought like,
sounds
oh,
like two
weird you
words
said
to
it.
me. What
Well,
it-
2 words. Yeah.
okay, well,
Takes
I-
one to know one.
I don't even know what that means.
First, I meant to be like, wait, so you do
Just
know?
tell.
Yeah.
Let's just tell.
Okay. So anyway, I don't know where to go from here. Cirroc, what do you got?
I'm looking up the earworm thing.
I know.
You know, because that happened in 1982.
Two, I think.
So
Yeah.
I was 4 years, but you can never forget that once you see that.
Yeah. Can't unsee it.
Little city eel.
You
just-
can't unsee it. Yeah, you can't unsee it. You can't get it out of your head.
Mm,
It's like
literally.
it's like seeing a bug before you go to sleep and trying to go to bed,
Oh,
and you didn't kill the bug.
Hey, bugs are cool.
It is, man. I've got the little
That
con action
Lieutenant
figure at the house.
Picard.
It comes
It's
with
the toilet paper.
wait, did that happen to Picard?
earworms for John Luke there.
Yeah, that was
So-
terrible.
Okay. Here's a question. Do you guys think
Wharf?
if
I mean,
we
is that a
TJ
little
got-
wharf?
That's a little wharf. Yeah, I think.
oh
so.
yeah,
Baby
hang on,
Wharf.
hang on.
He's so
Little,
cute.
little
Baby
wharf.
Wharf, do, 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 do.
Oh, nice.
Is this a little battle?
Baby wharf.
Baby war.
Ready to fight.
That's a good one.
Oh,
That is
super
so
cute.
cute. So is that a
That's
necklace?
awesome.
Is it a what?
Is it a necklace or a bat lift? It's hard to tell because the dimensions of the body
bat
are
lift.
off. Okay.
What are you saying? His head isn't that big?
I thought it was a life-size replica.
I love it.
Got a big head, little body.
Yeah, little body wharf.
Okay.
Cute.
So this is a very important question here, guys. Now, this is a totally and completely theoretical question. Let's just say, around the end of 2022, we will come to the end of our Deep Space Nine reviews. I think maybe in October of next year. If we continue to do one every week,
Do not make me
That's it.
cry.
it's over.
No.
So let's.
The answer to that already is they'll just have to start back making more shows.
That's it. They're gonna have to do it.
More DS9, so that we'll have some more.
Yes,
Push the start again.
season 8. So let's say theoretically,
Yeah.
That's
hypothetically
right.
speaking, let's say Cirroc and I start reviewing Next Generation episodes. This is totally hypothetical. Do you think, A, that Cirroc will enjoy the Next Generation, especially the first season?
Yeah.
Uh, and second question is, what episode, this is like a way ahead of time prediction, what episode of Next Generation do you think would end up being Cirroc's favorite?
From season 1 or overall?
Overall, all 7
No,
seasons.
season 1.
The last one,
Mm.
All good
just
things.
because it's the last one.
Inner white.
Yeah, I don't
There
think it
you
was
go.
fair to start Cirroc off on
Answer.
DS9, man. It's
Yeah.
a high bar to go from. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
anything else is
DS9
gonna
is
be
the
difficult.
best. It's the
I'm
best,
voting-
Yeah.
Cirroc. It's the best. You're on the best one.
I'm voting for the
Uh,
Ryza episode. I'm voting
Yeah.
for the Ryza
Captain's
episode.
Holiday.
Like the
I love
third,
Best-
that one.
I think go
like
with
the
best of
third
both
or fourth
worlds.
episode.
Yeah, you get the inner light. You got all kinds of stuff. Like
Uh-huh,
that.
Oh no,
right.
no, no, no.
I don't know. Let's see. If he makes it past Code of Honor,
Oh God.
We're skipping that one.
Yeah, you might skip that one.
Oh man, you got to grind it out. You got to grind it out.
Gotta go all the
I'll
way through.
grind it out.
Yep.
Muhammad,
You get to see the Bajorans and the
just-
Muhammad, you said best of both
I
worlds.
bet he'd enjoy Lower Decks.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
one of the best.
That's a great episode too. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess
that's true,
Inner
that's
Light.
good.
Oh.
What was
Right.
that? What was that one where Picard got pulled into that where his
Inner Light.
consciousness was pulled into that
Inner Light.
where he the flute and all that.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's Inner
That's
Light.
Inner Light. Yeah.
That's
For
right.
I
sure.
love that.
It's like
That's-
a corollary to the Visitor, sort of a corollary, sort of. To
Yeah,
me.
it is a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Muhammad,
And then
Best
when
of
they
both
opened up
worlds.
the
best of
when
both
they opened up
worlds.
the probe, the flute was in there.
Mhm.
So beautiful.
That was good. That was
Best
good
thing.
stuff.
Melissa, what do you think?
As
I think that he's probably not going to enjoy it as much as Deep Space Nine, but
It'd be fun though. Yeah.
it is a fun show.
Yeah.
Favorite episode, I'm not as well versed as to what every episode is, but I can tell you which episode stood out for me that I still remember really well, and I don't know the names of these episodes. It's the one where with the Bajoran woman and
Cirroc.
Cinro.
no,
No?
no, she was only in one episode.
Cedo
Isn't
Gaston.
that Lower Decks?
Is that Lower Decks?
When it was
yeah,
all the ensigns.
Oh yeah.
Cedo Gaston, but she was also in the First Duty, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think she's in 2.
yeah, she was in
It's
two.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way,
one she has to get into the shuttle pod is
Right.
shuttlecraft.
Yeah.
Is the episode that stood out to me.
Lower
So,
Decks, yeah.
One of the
I
most
think you might
DS9
like
of
Mhm.
episodes. I love
It's
it.
an
One of the
incredibly
most Deep
DS9.
Space
Yeah.
Nine.
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was very interesting
it.
episode, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good."
I think Cirroc's favorite episode is going to be just all of the episodes with Alexander in them.
Shut up. I like those episodes.
Like the one with the Western, the saloon.
I'm
and
the
everything.
biggest data fanatic.
But
I
Alexander
was
and
gonna say
Lwaxana
episode
together. Yeah, with
Dude, it's my
Lwaxana
favorite
and Alexander.
episode.
Man.
Either that or what's the one in the first season where they're running everywhere that we're always talking about?
Justice.
What?
that
Oh yeah,
James L.
Justice.
Conway directed.
Oh, with the outfits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
The
boy.
Ito.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cirroc.
that
the
was-
best.
oh.
It's going to be an experience, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
We've told you about this one.
Yep. There we go. That. Oh
I
boy.
just hope they all got a pay bump.
That's the best one
yeah.
right there. That's the
Oh
That's
my
the
god.
banana.
Oh.
the banana hammock. Oh.
I have
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And it doesn't get less dramatic every time you see it. It doesn't. It's the same. It's
Yeah.
fresh.
it
every
does
time.
not. It does not.
It does not wear
It's
off.
always.
Like,
I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Camel toe.
Yeah.
apparently, like there was a big fight on Greatest Generation because someone left a review because they were calling it Moose Knuckle, and then someone gave them a 1 star early on in their review because they said Moose Knuckle isn't the proper term, and then
Well, I don't
they
know.
wrote
What
back
is the
in
proper
and
term
they-
then?
Looking
yeah,
at
so
it,
then
it's
they
pretty.
wrote back in to
Goat
apologize
foot?
for saying that and giving them a 1 star. It was like a
Goat
whole controversy. Yeah.
Man, all press is good press.
Yeah, Cirroc,
Oh,
it's
press,
42
good
minutes of that. So
Yeah.
look forward to that. But it's a great episode otherwise, right, guys?
Oh, sure.
My goodness.
Dude, I'm so scared of flowers and parks now.
Can't remember any of the rest of the episode. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what else happened in that episode.
Plus the first away mission, and look what happens.
Yeah.
Wes didn't have a chance.
That the episode was called Tuck It.
Stay off the grass with the snapper.
Tuck it.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so bad.
It's called Tuck and Run. Oh, look at that. Like everything that needs to be covered. It's like opposite. You're freezing cold, man.
And the guys, if you look
Planet.
at the guys, they're super sunburned on their shoulders.
Now, what? Must
Yeah.
be some weird tan lines too, right? They're tan lines. Diamonds. Look like Power Rangers when they take their shirts off.
Hilarious.
That's awesome, Scott.
Scott, that is more than I wanted to think about that.
You're not going to hear the Zordon call and ever again and be the same.
No.
Now, Cirroc, the icing on the cake is that they don't walk anywhere. They only run.
Yeah.
Oh, so
They
it's,
only run everywhere.
Oh, and they hug everybody.
oh,
It's a bad episode of Baywatch.
Yeah.
that's the good one. Yeah.
It's so bad it's good though.
It's the best episode ever,
No,
pretty much.
it's not.
It's borderline good.
I'm looking forward to the leotard episodes. That's another one I'm looking
that's a
forward
lot
to.
later.
Yeah.
Way later.
So I have to
I don't know what
watch,
season that is.
I want to get to see the Isabella episode that Ryan does a great impression of.
I love it.
All this stuff is
No,
going to
like,
click in your head, man. All of
man,
it's going to click in your
As
head.
a little
Like,
girl,
oh,
I
they're,
love those little
they're
girl
not crazy
episodes.
after all.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Drumhead was a fun one.
Crazy.
I like Drumhead.
Drumhead's
Drumhead
good.
was a fun one.
That's very thoughtful. That's very DS9-ish too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some of those
Which
episodes
one?
are
Measure of a
so
Man.
good.
Dharma.
It's called the
Yeah.
Drumhead. It's very
Yeah.
timely too.
Yeah, quite.
I think Cirroc would like Darmok too. Yeah, who said that?
Darmok would be
Yeah.
the language and the cultural aspect of trying to figure each
That's
other out.
Chinagra.
You can't just- Yeah.
Oh, and
Suck
let's
up
not forget
walls,
our
though.
let's not forget the first Ferengi episode ever.
Oh gosh.
You get to see Armin in that
Outpost.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yeah,
get to
that
see
one.
Not
why
easy
he
to
worked
follow.
so hard to make Quark that great. That
Yes.
episode is why he did Quark as great as he did.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was his
fuel.
I mean, that's what he spoke about in the VTC was how hard he worked to rid the psyche of every human being of that first Ferengi episode.
Cleanse that palate. Yeah.
You know, they got their
Oh.
lightning whips,
Lightning whips
Yeah.
and
lightning whips.
There's
They
there's-
licked
Oh, wow.
everything.
I'm
They
telling
just
you, they
jump
should bring
around
that
like little
back at
monkeys
least.
all the
They should
time.
at
It was
least
so
bring them back
strange.
once.
Yeah.
Oh my
Aaron was always
god.
disappointed that he never got a whip.
I bet Mariner has one of those.
Ah, you're right. That would be so cool if Aaron had a whip.
Yeah.
Just an
Oh, I
old
love the part of
Ferengi
Lower
whip.
Decks where that like Ferengi who was paid off by Mariner to
Oh,
like
yeah.
cheer up Boimler, how he like acted like the last outpost
Just like that
Ferengi like
episode?
for effect. And then called her later and was totally
So
normal.
just drinking a brandy. You're welcome, my friend.
You're welcome.
So
Is he even doing
funny.
the hand thing?
Thanks, I owe you, man. You're
Those-
welcome, my
That was
friend.
really good.
Well, I guess that's about it, right? I think we've done a lot of good here today.
I love when you say that. That's my
Oh,
favorite
good.
outro.
Now we know the mission was completed right there.
Yeah.
Well, an
Yeah,
even better
I'm famous.
outro. Look forward to this, Cirroc, is Worf taking a mud bath.
Oh, that's my
Oh,
favorite.
Oh yeah.
I can never get enough.
Why is there no action figure playset of that?
I wish.
I want to know.
He's so
So we
miserable.
just sit here.
How did I miss this episode?
Oh god.
The
You didn't miss
highest are
anything,
the
don't worry.
fewest.
It's better and better.
Yeah.
That's an
actually
Alex
one of
episode,
my
so you'll
favorites.
enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
love
my
it.
god.
Mm-hmm.
You'll love it.
The fewer, the greater.
Yeah.
You'll
right.
like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Gosh.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, everybody. And I can't remember the Shades of Grey. Is that what it's called? The one where Riker's
Yes.
just like,
Oh, the worst
something's
one.
got me. That is the worst, I think.
I
That's the
love
one.
Clip Show. No, it's amazing. It's the best. You get a clip show of all Riker's hookups
Oh,
for the
God.
first 2 seasons. It doesn't get any better than that.
Why?
Including classics like Wash My Feet.
Gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna see Frakes differently too.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah.
good.
Oh wow.
I love the walks on as William.
Too.
Yeah.
So great.
I
Man,
think
I'd
I
like to do a
predict
watch
Cirroc
shirt.
is going to love Pulaski too, by the way.
Oh, she's awesome. I
Oh.
love her.
I'm starting to like her a lot.
I
What's the
love her.
difference? One is my name.
Yeah, that part. It's hard to like her after like those first few episodes.
Yeah.
But she's winning me over.
All right, here we go. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody, especially TJ Jackson-Bey out in Missouri, Malissa Longo, Dr. Mohammed Noor, Dr. Anne-Marie Segal, Bill Erickson out in the blue skies of Montana.
And in the live chat.
That's right. Eve England out in Wales, Mr. Scott Jensen, Cirroc Lofton. Special thanks to the man who deserves a whip, Aron Eisenberg. We should get a whip, like just to commemorate him. One of those. Do they even have those Ferengi laser whips?
LED
We'll make one.
lights.
Let's make a
And
real
the
one.
action figures.
A real one for it. Yeah.
They light up.
Something. All right. Well, thanks very much for joining us. This was the Roundtable, everybody. If you'd like to join the Roundtable, by the way, become a patron.
Well worth
Patreon.com/the7th rule. Thanks, Mohammed. And check that out in the description box below. Click on the links and do some do some internet surfing. What do they call it? Web surfing? I don't know. Thanks very much, guys. See you next time. Always remember the 7th rule.